Hello there, Whipper here, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Magical Talismans mod. Now, ages ago when I was a child, like 10 years ago or something, I used to watch a cartoon, which was like Jackie Chan cartoon, where they had talismans in it, and I think that's where I recognised the name of this mod from. But basically, I think this mod adds those talismans into Minecraft, and they all have different abilities, and they do different things to you when you hold them, and also some of them have right-clicking abilities. But I'm going to start off by showing you the Ox Talisman. Actually, before I go into that, I better say that none of these actually have crafting recipes. To actually obtain these talismans, you have to find them in dungeon chests and stuff like that. Although one of them does have a crafting recipe, the parts to make up that crafting recipe, which are actually here, the yin and yang parts, are actually found in chests as well. So to actually get any of these, you're going to have to go and hunt down some dungeons. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to start off with the Ox Talisman, and this one, when you actually hold it in your hand, gives you a strength ability, and also a resistance ability. So you can see here, I've got permanent strength 2, and permanent resistance 2 while I'm holding the item. And as soon as I move away from holding the item, like so, you can see it's going to slowly run out for about 5 seconds, and then it'll be gone. So it's only active while you're actually holding the talisman itself. So it just gives me extra resistance and strength when I'm fighting mobs, when I just switch to this and hold it. But next up, we've got the Rabbit Talisman, and you can see here it says that it gives the user the power of super speed. So while I'm holding this one, you can see I'm going crazy fast. This actually doesn't show up as a potion effect, so you can see here, no speed 3 or whatever. It just gives me super speed without any potion. I mean, look how fast I'm going, it's crazy. And this one can actually be combined with the next talisman, which is the Rooster Talisman, and you can see here, it gives the user the power of levitation, and with it a person can fly, but it's only with the rabbit that they are able to achieve supersonic flight speeds. So, just to give you a comparison, if I get rid of this Rabbit Talisman, and then swap to the Rooster Talisman, I can now fly with this, so you can see if I just fly in the normal way I'd fly in creative by pressing space to go up, and then shift to go down, I can fly perfectly fine, it's just like in creative mode. But then, if I go back and get my Rabbit Talisman in my inventory, you can see I'm now flying much faster. I mean, look how fast I'm flying now, going at supersonic speeds, like it said. Wow, I can get across the map so fast. In fact, I don't think the chunks will be able to load fast enough. Actually, they are. That's good. But yeah, there we go. So that's what you can do with both of these combined. You can go really fast and fly around everywhere really quickly. But anyway, let's go back to the ground so I don't die from fall damage or something. So yeah, let's just stop flying now and swap out to the next one, which is the Dragon Talisman. Now you could probably guess what this one's going to actually enable you to do, and that is to fire fireballs. And I've actually been testing this out earlier, which is why you can see that some of the arena is a bit destroyed. But anyway, let's blow up this tower. All you have to do to actually use this is just right click while holding the Dragon Talisman, and it's going to fire out fireball like a ghast does in the nether, and hopefully it would destroy something, but it doesn't appear to be destroying much. Yeah, it's not that destructive. It destroyed all of 5 blocks. I mean, wow, that's going to take forever to fix. But anyway, let's just fire it at the stands and see if that does any better. Well, we've destroyed a bit more this time. We've destroyed 6 blocks. Wow. So that's what the Dragon Talisman does. You can just right click and fire out fireballs. How amazing is that? But anyway, next up we've got the Snake Talisman. Now this one's a bit sneaky because it enables you to be invisible for a short amount of time. Well, actually it's permanent while you're holding it, but as soon as you change off it, of course, it runs out and you slowly become visible again. So you can see soon I'm going to pop into visibility. Yeah, there I am. So yeah. If you hold this though, you are invisible as long as you're holding it, but it's not that effective because as you can still see the talisman in my hand because I'm holding it. So you're still going to be able to be seen by people, just maybe a bit harder to see. So it still makes you a bit more sneaky than usual. And I'm presuming if you're hiding behind a wall, where your head would only be poking out but not the item, you'd still be quite invisible to people and you'd be able to see them anyway. So yeah, that's the uses of that one. But next up we have the Horse Talisman, which basically gives the user a power of healing. So it just gives you a regeneration 2 effect when you actually hold it. So if I swap to the actual horse now, there we go. You can see in my inventory I've got regeneration 2, which is permanent as long as I'm holding the Horse Talisman in my hand. So say you're fighting loads of mobs and you're about to die, you just swap out to this talisman, hold it in your hand and regenerate all your hearts, and then go back into battle. Of course, as soon as I don't hold this anymore like so, the regeneration effect just runs out and I won't have regeneration anymore. And also, the cool thing about this Horse Talisman is it also has a right-click ability. So, if for example, I swap out to the Ox Talisman, you can see I've got Strength 2 and Resistance 2 here, and then if I swap back to the Horse, and then right-click, it clears out the 2 potion effects from that. And yeah, that's how that one works. So it just clears potion effects in the same way as milk, and also gives you permanent regeneration while you're holding it. But next up, we've got the Sheep Talisman. Now, you would have thought I would have liked this one, you know, because it's Sheep Talisman, but it's a bit of a pain to use because it actually gives you no clip and flying abilities, but it sometimes spams the chat with error messages, and I've found out the only way to actually get it to work without you glitching like crazy is to jump and then swap to it, so like that. And you can see I've still got glitched, but yeah, there we go. So once you swap to it, you're going to get a wither effect as well, because it just limits the time you can no-clip around for. But while you're activating it, you can no-clip and clip into blocks like so. And, oh, I'm going to die, aren't I? Oh dear. Yeah, so let's just swap back over to the Rooster Talisman and get back into the stadium. But yeah, that's what that one does. It just gives you no-clip ability, so you can clip through walls. But it also gives you wither damage, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, that's what the Sheep Talisman does. I don't really recommend using it too much because most of the time, if you're not careful, you're going to end up dying, so yeah. So the next kind of talisman I'm going to show you is of course the Monkey Talisman, which gives you the ability to climb stuff. So for example, normally I wouldn't be able to jump over this wall because it's 1.5 blocks tall, but now I can climb over it because I'm a monkey and I've got special monkey powers and stuff like that. And I could also climb this tower simply by walking up to it and then just, you know, pressing the W key. I'll just climb up here, and then to go down you just press shift like so. While holding the forward key, of course, because if you let go of the forward key at any time, you will fall backwards. For example, if I just walk up here, we're holding the forward key, and then let go of W, whoops, and you fall down. So yeah, make sure you're always holding W, and also, to go down, you just press the shift key, like so. And that's how you can actually climb like a monkey using this talisman. But of course, as soon as you stop holding this talisman, you're going to fall down, so bear that in mind. But next up, we've got the Pig Talisman. Now this one confused me at the start because it basically enables you to breathe fire. It just fires out loads of those mini, like blaze fireballs. So if I hold it in my hand and then press the right mouse button and hold it down, you can see I've got a constant stream of tiny little fireballs, which are like miniature versions of the gas fireballs, so the blaze fireballs, and that fire out and they're all flaming and everything, and I can just fire them everywhere and set fire to everything. And I thought this was a bit peculiar that it's actually the Pig Talisman that does this, because this would probably be better suited to the Dragon Talisman, because it enables you to breathe fire, whereas the Dragon Talisman only enables you to fire one gas ball, and you can't just fire a constant stream of them. So I don't really get the idea of this, but it's probably got some reference towards what the Pig Talisman did in the Jackie Chan cartoon series, which I probably forgot. So yeah, that's probably why this does that. But next up we've got the Dog Talisman. Now this one is really useful, probably the most useful of all the talismans, because it basically makes you immune to every kind of damage. For example, I think the best way of showing this would be to climb up here, this tower, with the Monkey Talisman, and then swap out to the Dog Talisman, and then this shouldn't damage me at all because it gives me immunity, yeah, from all kinds of damage. So there we are. It makes me immortal. Look at that. So I took no damage from all of that falling. So yeah, that's basically what this one does. It's very useful if you want to just go and like survive by walking into like 1,000 mobs or something. You just hold this and survive. It's brilliant. But next up, we've got the Tiger Talisman. Now these two talismans are more interesting than the rest of them because they both have something to do with spawning other mobs, which actually help you out and attack mobs for you. Now the Tiger Talisman is made up of three different parts. I'll show you now. So if I just go to the Talismans page, we've got a Yin and a Yang Tiger Talisman parts, which you find in chests, as I said earlier. And also you're going to need a diamond. Let me just get one of those now. In the center of these, if you put this in the crafting grid, or it doesn't matter how you put them, you could put it like that if you wanted, or like that, you'd actually craft this Tiger Talisman. And then, once you've actually crafted it, you could just right click on the ground like so, and it spawns like an evil clone dude. And yeah, he's just got red eyes, he's got a nice little suit there, and if I started spawning zombies, you can see he goes straight for them and starts punching them to death, and helps you out a bit. And if I spawn another one, he should start killing them all. He's just... Hey, why are you just staring at that guy? You're not even attacking him. There you are, that's better. You need to attack him. Punch him with those amazing iron fists or whatever you've got. Okay, he hasn't actually got any gloves on, does he? Oh well. But yeah, that's what this one does. And he'll only stay out for about 20 seconds, and then he'll despawn and drop the items again, and then you have to craft it again. So every time you actually spawn that guy, you're going to have to, use a diamond to actually craft it again and get your Tiger Talisman back, like so. But yeah, that's a bit of a problem with this because it costs a diamond for about 20 seconds of protection, which isn't very helpful and not really worth it, so I don't really recommend using this one. If you actually want someone to go around and help you, then I recommend trying to find this mouse talisman in a chest somewhere, because it's really cool. So you can see here, it gives the user the power of animation. Motion to the motionless. It sounds like some inspirational quote or something, but it's not. But you use this along with the wood golem toy item, which you craft with 4 logs and then a pumpkin on top. And then, once you've actually crafted this wood golem toy, you put it in the crafting grid along with a mouse talisman. And there you go, you've got a wooden golem puppet. And it says, "It's alive!" Okay, maybe not quite that enthusiastic, but yeah. So once you've got this wood golem puppet, you just right click on the ground and you'll notice it spawns a little golem thing that looks like a iron golem but made out of wood instead. It's actually got a crafting bench on its chest, and look at those lovely log legs. And what I found really funny is its head. It looks like a dinosaur kind of thing. I mean, it's got like a massive nose and then a massive jaw with a little eye just above its jaw. It looks like a dinosaur golem, which is very weird, but yeah. This guy pretty much does the same as what iron golems do, but the iron golems, of course, support villagers and try and save villagers, whereas these guys actually try and protect you. So if I spawn down some zombies here, of course, poor zombies, they're being the unwilling participants of today's experiment with this guy. This guy is really determined to get me, isn't he? Hate baby zombies, they're so damn fast, I'll just kill him with a sword. But as you can see, this guy's going up to them and throwing them around like crazy, just throwing them in the air. And he'll just protect you till he dies. It's amazing. And look at that, he's got like enchantment effects, particle effects around him. It's amazing. So yeah, that's that guy. And he'll just follow you around and help you out a bit. And of course, if you get loads of those talismans, well, I can't remember what they were called now. What was it called? Let me just check again. Oh yeah, the mouse talisman. I don't know why it's called a mouse talisman. What's the relationship between a mouse talisman and that guy? I'm not seeing it, but yeah. If you get loads of these, I suppose you could just spawn loads of them. So I could put another one of these wooden golem toys with a wooden golem puppet and place that down, and there you go. We've got another one. We've got 2 of them that are going to protect me. So yeah, you can have infinite amounts of these that can just help you out. So that's pretty much all of the talismans that this mod adds. But also it adds an item called a shuriken, which of course is what the ninjas use and everything. Whoop. But yeah, you can only find these in chests. There doesn't appear to be a crafting recipe for this, so sadly it looks like these are going to be found in dungeon chests as well, like all the rest of the items in this mod. It's a bit disappointing that you can't actually craft these. I'd like to have a crafting recipe for this, maybe just 4 iron in a star kind of arrangement. But yeah,